Good morning. It is me, Militant Ginger, on August the 25th, 2019. It's about 5:30 in the morning. I'm wearing my son's t-shirt, apparently. I grabbed a t-shirt in the dark. It's funny because he started wearing my t-shirts because I tend to wear small ones, and then I'm now wearing his because he wears big ones. It's kind of crazy to think that I have a child whose clothes I can wear. Like, when did that happen? When did I go from being a kid myself to having a kid? I saw an advert on Instagram today aimed at me from an account called Grumpy Old Men, and had a t-shirt saying vintage 1970X, as in if you were born in the 70s you'd appreciate this t-shirt. Now, I was only born in the tail end of the 70s, but it is making me realise that I'm now becoming like the middle-aged old guy, which is kind of a trip. I went and got my hair cut the other day, and there was this big like chunk of white in it. Anyway, yeah, so I'm doing a quick video catch-up because I haven't done one for a while, like really a while. So here I am, August 25th. So where am I? It's been a tough summer, and I didn't expect it to be. It's funny, I keep thinking back to the video I did at the start of this year, on December 31st actually, or maybe it was a couple of days beforehand, when I said this year is going to be the year that, you know, the adversary I have to overcome is myself. And it's been really interesting. I've kind of got the writing figured out. The one thing I haven't got figured out is making this lifestyle work, because I'm still experiencing the same challenge that I experienced last year. I know I can write great books, I can publish great books. My current book at the moment, I thought it was a flop, but it's now, you know, doing really well, making like $100 a day. It makes me realize that, you know, if I just had a good 3 months where I wrote a book a month and I had enough money to launch them effectively, exactly where I wanted to be. But how long? Because the one thing I realized this summer is that the way my life is set up, this doesn't work the way it should. So I have a wonderful business plan, which is I write and publish books, and writing is my focus, and I write 5,000 words or ish a day, and I can have a wonderful, lovely, sustainable life doing something I'm passionate about. Problem is, I haven't been able to put writing into my lifestyle in the way that I need to, because I have 3 kids, and because you don't get paid by Amazon until the end of 30 days. That's the end of 60 days after the month's end. So even if you have a really good month, you're having to bridge the gap between them. And this summer I had 2 bad months because of something else that occurred to me. Writing a book a month it's certainly doable. I wrote one of my best books in 8 days. But is it doable sustainably? So the book I just wrote, it was 150,000 words. I think it was the best thing I ever wrote. And it's the book that's been very, very successful just organically. I couldn't have written that any faster. It took me 2 months. And in 150,000 words, I mean, that's effectively like 2-3 novels I could have written during that time. But this was the story that needed to be taken and needed to be told. But I couldn't have written it any faster, because you have to bake stories in your head. So right now I'm writing my new book, and it's basically been like 20 days, and I only really started writing it yesterday, because it didn't bake in my head, and then it like suddenly it solidified, and then I was like, oh, I can write this. But before that, I forced myself to write almost 10,000 words of it, and it just wasn't baked in my head. So I hated them, and I scrapped all of it. Yeah, it just makes me realise that the this life I want for myself as a writer, it's totally achievable, but I need to lay some really, really solid foundations for it. You know, I need to have all my bills paid, I need to have savings in the bank, I need to have a system in place that I know I can write every day. I need to get rid of all these little hustles and side projects I'm doing. Yeah, it's tough. I really need to get, as they say in England, all my ducks in a row. And I have very unruly ducks. I will say this though, I think sitting here recording this video, the one thing that is very apparent to me is I had spent a lot of time blaming the reason that I wasn't where I was at with my writing on like my family and my wife and stuff like that. I'm like, if only they would do this, if only they would do this. And it's like, it's not that. It's always like, I'm the one responsible for all of this. I'm the one who needs to organize my life and my family so I can dedicate time to my kids, I can dedicate time to my wife, I can dedicate time to the kids and the wife together as a family. I can go to the gym, I can get enough sleep, I can, all of these things I need to put into a life that is sustainable. And I think that's the big challenge thing. I think I said last year that it was all about not adding more stuff to your life, but taking stuff away. And I'm back here again having that same problem. I keep saying yes to everything when I should focus on what is really important and valuable. I don't know. But I've got a feeling this week, which is the last week of the kids being home, is the one that's going to be like the acid test. Got lots of books to edit, things to start setting up in my life. I don't know. We shall see. I will say this, it's 5:30 in the morning, the most beautiful morning. Oh. Okay, I think that's the sign that I need to get going. That's the security lights going off. It means I've been out have 3 minutes or more. So I will leave this, but I will say it's beautiful. I'm sad that I haven't appreciated the summer as much as I could have done. But I've just been stretched too thin, and it's time to start unstretching myself. And it's time to start putting like the groundwork in place to have the life that I want and deserve, which I know is achievable, but I just have to get my head together about how to achieve it. Anyway, I will leave to it in this dark. See you later. Bye.